6:46 this morning. It may be lost on a lot of people in the Valley, especially after Saturday's big game. But for the record, number 4 Ohio State and number 2 Oregon will play for the College Football National Championship tonight. They're going to be playing in Arlington, Texas, where the game will be played. It's the first national championship in the new playoff system, replacing the Bowl Championship Series. In the semifinal game, the Oregon Ducks defeated previously unbeaten Florida State, while Ohio State upset number 1 Alabama.
College football not quite over yet, and I'll tell you what, they can only hope to have a game as good as the Bison Illinois State game was on Saturday.
It was awesome.
I mean, that was just a college football classic. A very good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley today. Just getting started with non-stop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. I'm Kyle Bosch here with Lisa Bedeau. We do have breaking news for you this morning that we've been following all throughout the newscast. The voice and data recorders from Air Asia Flight 8501 were located early this morning. Both are crucial to unraveling the mystery of what exactly brought that plane down as it flew towards Singapore on December 28th.
We're getting our first look at that recorder, which was found under the wreckage of one of the plane's wings. The cockpit voice recorder has been located but not retrieved yet. The chief investigator says the device is underneath debris and he's hoping it can be recovered easily. CNN is also now reporting that a search official says, based on an analysis of the debris patterns, that the plane likely exploded after hitting the water. The man charged with killing a Minnesota police officer last summer and trying to kill other officers in a shootout that day goes on trial today in St. Cloud.
Brian Fitch Sr. is charged with first-degree murder for the shooting death of Mendota Heights police officer Scott Patrick. It happened during a traffic stop July 30th in West St. Paul. Now, it's expected it could be a long trial. Prosecutors have filed a list of about 70 potential witnesses that they could call. 4 people are being treated for hypothermia after their car fell through the ice on the Missouri River between Bismarck and Mandan.
A female passenger was able to get to a nearby home to call for help around 7:30 yesterday morning. Police say her clothes were frozen to her body. One of the men in the car is facing charges of reckless endangerment. New this morning, the president of France today deployed an extra 10,000 troops and police to protect sensitive areas throughout the country after last week's Islamic militant attacks in Paris. Meanwhile, a massive unity rally in Paris and other French cities continued throughout the night, with millions taking part in the historic march under high security. People are paying tribute, of course, to the victims of the Islamic militant attacks.
The heads of Great Britain, Germany, and Israel attended one of the marches. President Obama is being criticized for not being there. The U.S. was represented by the U.S. ambassador to France. Secretary of State John Kerry will arrive in Paris on Thursday. Coming up on 6:51, time to get a look at weather on the ones with meteorologist Mick Kerr.
Thank you so much, Kyle and Lisa. And we start here looking pretty busy on I-94 in South Fargo with an air temperature of 14 below at the airport. We're actually colder here in South Fargo by 1 degree than we are in North Fargo. North-northwest wind around 9 and 33 below is the wind chill. 34 below in Grand Forks, East Grand Forks. 16 below is the air temperature. And a northwest breeze, a whopping 8 miles an hour. Not too bad, but still enough for a wind chill advisory for all of eastern and northern North Dakota and the northern half of Minnesota, eastern third or fourth of South Dakota, all the way down to northeast Nebraska. By this afternoon, 3 or 4 above in the southern end of the valley, 1 to 2 below in northwestern Minnesota. And then as we head into the evening, we'll probably drop down to about 5 to 10 below by about midnight, and then the warm-up begins as the wind turns around to the south-southwest this afternoon. In the process of doing that, the wind will pretty much all but disappear. So, for all practical purposes, in January that is, if you dress right, if you dress appropriately, today's going to be a lovely day, abundant sunshine. All day, a blue sky. When we get to the afternoon, we're talking about 0 to 1 below in west central Minnesota. Northwest Minnesota, going to be about 4 or 5 below for the top temperature. And northeast North Dakota, kind of about the same thing, 5 to 8 below for actual air temperatures. But it'll be with nearly calm conditions. So Again, if you enjoy being outdoors in January, should be a lovely beginning. We have totally cloud-free conditions out there this morning. But look at the air temperatures. 26 below in Langdon, 14 below in Fargo, Grand Forks, 16 below Fergus Falls, at 15 below. The wind 8 to 9 miles an hour out of the north, creating a pretty biting wind chill. But by midday, that wind will disappear. Wind chill advisory goes all the way down to northeast Nebraska. By midday, the chill factor will be gone. The warming will kick in overnight tonight. And hey, instead of 30s below wind chill, let's go for 30 above, even a January thaw by Friday.
Loving that.
Something to look forward to.
It is. Thank you, Mick.
An autopsy is being performed on a homeless man found dead in his car in Bismarck. Police say a caller told them yesterday afternoon about a man in the South Walmart parking lot that might be in trouble. Police say employees had seen the man in the parking lot before. Now, a dog was also found in the car. That dog is being cared for by the Bismarck Animal Impound.
A building in downtown Fargo will remain closed until a cleanup company removes a chemical that was spilled Saturday. And hazmat crews have narrowed down that chemical to 2 possibilities. They say the chemical was likely either tear gas or chloropicrin. These chemicals are irritating and can cause breathing problems. One person complaining of eye irritation was treated by FM ambulance, and a family of 3 was evacuated for safety. The chemical was in a vial in the back of an old safe that was installed as a deterrent to someone trying to break that safe. It's only the middle of January, so there's a few weeks left of this terrible, brutal month. So if your furnace isn't working right, it could be a very long winter for you.
The Valley Today's Christy Larson has been live this morning getting some helps from the experts at Laney's about things that you need to kind of watch out for on your home's furnace and when it might be time to go ahead and get a new heating system. She's live in West Fargo with more. Christy?
Yes, good morning, Kyle and Lisa. That's right. You know, we've been talking about everything from what to do if you go on vacation to when you might need your furnace service. And so we have Paul here, and I know that it's really great to just call you guys and even just get an opinion sometimes on when it might need that servicing.
Definitely. You know, ask your service tech, what's the condition of my furnace? How long should it last? We see a lot of furnaces that are 15 to 20 years old that when a part breaks, too much money is being put into them because technology has changed and efficiency has changed.
And that even goes for, too, if people are maybe even buying a new house and sometimes they just need that opinion on, you know, what does it even look like in this house I might be buying?
Yeah, definitely. For existing homes or brand new houses that you buy, we'll come over for free and go through everything with you. Make sure that the furnace is in good condition and so forth. So just let us know.
Right, so give them a call and you can ask them just any opinions that you need. Maybe also go through that checklist of how you're feeling in your own home and what you might need to do to get it fixed, whether it's get a new air filter or maybe add that humidifier in your home. So many things that you can do to help improve those long winters in your house.
Yeah, they do have some cool new toys that you might like as well. Christy Larson reporting live. Thank you, Christy.
The AmeriCorps team at the Fargo YMCA is collecting donations this week for its annual food and fleece drive to help replenish emergency shelters after the holidays. The team is collecting non-perishable food items and 1-yard increments of fleece, which will be turned into blankets and donated to local shelters.
Items can be dropped off through Friday at either the downtown Y at 400 First Avenue South or the Schlossman Y at 4243 19th Avenue South. Suggested food items include macaroni, canned fish and meat, soup, baby food, formula, pretzels, raisins, nuts, and canned fruits and vegetables.
One of the nation's largest sled dog races will be taking place in Minnesota this year. It just might not be quite as long as planned. The 2015 John Bear Grease Sled Dog Race will start as scheduled on January 25th, but a lack of snow could shorten the marathon anywhere from 30 to 100 miles. Organizers are still trying to figure out exactly where to start the Bear Grease. The purse for this year's winner is the one thing that is going up. It is now $45,000. But you can bet that a lot of people are still going to be talking about Saturday's big Bison football win when they head back to work and school today. A few of them, maybe a lot of them, might even be sporting some new 4-peat championship gear.
New championship shirts are available at Hector's Airport Gift Shop. Perfect for those flying back from Frisco. And of course at Shields stores, among other outlets. Fans were lined up to snatch up the shirts yesterday. Shields store officials say they have 8 to 10 different t-shirt styles and will have more coming in daily.
The last 90 seconds in some ways seemed to be like an eternity, a roller coaster that just kept going, and it's just been a special ride.
So having a t-shirt like that says all this will bring those memories back, correct?
That is correct, and I've been following them for over 40 years, so this is pretty unique.
T-shirts are priced at between $20 and $30. Sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts are between $30 and $50. And get ready to support our new sponsor of the Valley Today coffee giveaway. Taco John's will be serving up a gift certificate for a free cup of coffee every morning.
Yeah, all you have to do to sign up to be our big winner is head to our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on the contest tab to enter. You've got a couple of days to get signed up. So no coffee giveaway today or tomorrow, but it all gets started up again on Wednesday.
And we know you like coffee as much as we do here in the morning as well. Okay, another big thing that was happening this weekend besides the big Bison game. Oh, look at me. I got to wear that fancy dress I've been talking about all week.
Did you return the fancy dress you've been talking about all week?
I did threaten running out of there, keeping it. I hosted the bridal preview with Chris Berg. It was the Valley News Live bridal preview where one lucky woman went home with the big prize of the day. Alyssa Metcalf won a $15,000 wedding package that left her in shock.
Well, it's really going to help. I mean, I don't know. We've been procrastinating on stuff just because I don't want to think of the cost of it.
Oh, the cost of a wedding. But this will help. The grand prize includes a little bit of everything from clothing, flowers, music, and more.
I could have used that.
Too late for you.
Too late. I should have won last year, I guess.
Is it a prank or the real thing? A message of caution is moving around social media after a few people found notes on their car in Fargo's West Acres Mall parking lot. So we did a little digging into the claims, and police say not to worry. Maria Schmidt received one of these notes which said someone hit her car and they only left a note because someone saw them.
Fargo Police Lieutenant Joel Vettel says after they looked into it, they believe it's just a practical joke, though Schmidt believes her car was hit.
I went around and looked around the car and I noticed that there had been a dent. And the kid claims he didn't leave the dent there, wasn't near my car, but obviously he put a note there.
Now, police say a similar incident 2 years ago also turned out to be just a prank.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. What do nearly 20% of us have at least one of in our homes?
The answer, a broken appliance. Remember, you can take part in our question of the morning every Monday through Friday right at our Valley News Live Facebook page.
I'm glad the washing machine, though, is still in the basement instead of on the front porch. Let's check the weather. Clear and cold. North wind to begin the day. 13 to 15 below in Fargo will become 5 below at noon and about 3 to 4 above this afternoon.
Thanks for waking up with the Valley Today. More local news and weather for you right here in just 25 minutes.
Have a great Monday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning.